Greetings, my brothers and sisters. It is I, Mr. Gnocchi. In tonight's video, I'll be going through a quick demonstration of how to extract the proprietary .swarc files used by Sonic World. This will allow you to access the stages, characters, models, textures, etc. Now I'm going to be doing this video in two major sections. That is, showing you how to extract the files, and showing you how to get the data needed for them. This is mainly in case there's another release, or one of the older ones, like R6 or whatever, that's not covered in this video. If there is a new release, I'll probably come back to this video and update the description with the new decryption numbers. But, in any case you want to figure it out for yourself, I'll be showing you how to do that in this video. If you want to skip ahead to the part where I decrypt the files and just use the decryption codes listed in the video description, then you can skip to the time shown on the screen. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is actually launch Sonic World itself. Give it time to boot up and everything. We need it in its full mode for the next step. Alright, so Sonic World's up. Now, what you're going to want to do next is launch Task Manager. And this is a simple part. Simply go to Sonic World in the Task Manager under Processes. Now, I've got Windows 8.1. It'll look different in each Task Manager, but it should be the same. Right-click and create dump file. This takes a second. Alright, then this comes up. You want to take note of this. Come on, you. Go ahead and highlight it, Control-C to copy. It's like the game's crashed back there. Anyway, okay. Let's go back to desktop. Bring up any Windows Explorer window and go ahead and click up here. Type in, or simply browse to, where that file was. Find the file itself should be sonicworld.dmp. And for the sake of this tutorial, let's just move to the desktop. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is download a Hex Editor program called HXD. There are other ways to do this, but I found that HXD works best. Bring up HXD and simply open that dump file. Once you're up, you'll be greeted with something like this. I believe you want to switch to 32. Yes. Click here and switch to 32. Okay, so up in HXD, you should see a whole bunch of nonsense. Don't worry, it's normal. What you're going to want to do is Control F to bring up Find. Then let's search for Game Archive under Text String. Okay, and find the next one. Now this isn't the one we're looking for, so let's click here, anywhere below that one we found, and search again. Keep doing this. Okay, so we've kept hitting search after clicking under it until we find this. I wrote it down over here as Gobbledygook Game Archive. What we're looking for is a whole bunch of nonsense in Game Archive. See this over here? This is your decryptor code. What you're going to want to do is essentially copy it. Now, simply bring up a notepad window. and paste it in. Now, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be getting these over, and these are the actual Decryptor codes. Since this is Sonic World R8 we're using for this tutorial, it will look like that. I'm going to go ahead and move this down here. And just line it up so I can show you something. The spaces are simply because it's a Hex Editor. They just don't need to be there, and it won't work if you leave them in. So, we're going to want to get rid of these spaces. Now, it is too long. It's only so many numbers, and they are the ones you see there. There are extra ones that are completely unneeded. In the end, we end up with something like this. This is, as you can see, the decryption code. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Before I move on, one more thing to note is that the string that has the decryption code in it is separated by a whole bunch of zeros. So let's go back to desktop. This is the part where we actually extract the archives themselves. They're going to need a specific program for this, molebox2ext. All of this I have provided links to in the description. Now a little bit of explanation. SonicWorld.swarcs, although they're meant to look impenetrable, are simply molebox archives renamed. And, as such, they can still be decrypted with a molebox decryptor, as we have here. Now, in the Getting Code section, that's where that decryption code came from. The game itself cannot unpack molebox archives without having this decryption code. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open up another notepad window, so I can put this in. This will be in the description. This is a line you're going to put into the command line to actually use molebox2ext to extract the archives. Molebox2ext doesn't really do anything on its own, it's more of a command line program. Now this will be different for everyone. You can see there's some of my data here, disregard that. Basically, you want to go to where Sonic World is. Click up there, and then copy it. You're going to want to put that right here. Hang on a minute. So it reads the directory of Sonic World /gamearchive.swarc in the first one. In the end, for the second one, make sure you do not mess with the spaces or the brackets, those are required. You can put in like that. Now, make sure to create a folder actually called unpacked. I have heard reports of this not working if that folder wasn't created prior to initializing the program. But to be on the safe side, go ahead and create it now. You go in there, it's empty, blah blah blah. Oops. So this is the part where we need the decryption key. Copy the one for your release and replace it. Now it's as simple as copying it all. Going back to the desktop, let's bring up the command line. Now this, you could simply go to run, you could hit Windows R, it varies. Once in the command line, make sure it says CMD, and let's launch the command prompt. Once in here, you're going to want to get the directory of your molebox2ext file. Let's go in there, and then simply copy it. Same way we've been doing. Now, type CD space, right click, and then hit paste. Enter, and you changed it to the molebox2.exe directory. Now, simply go back to your notepad, copy that whole line we had earlier, right-click paste, enter, and you should see it start to do things like this. This is extracting. If you see it doing this, you've done it. Don't worry. Now, make sure you have enough room on your hard drive. It goes without saying, because this is kind of big. Sit back, grab a Coke, and just let it do its thing. Alright, eventually, it'll do this. Extracted a certain number of files. This may vary between releases, and I'm pretty sure it will. Once it gives you the prompt to actually start typing in again, then you're clear to close it. Now let's go back to our directory where Sonic World is. Go into Unpacked, and look at this. Here you have it. All the sounds, all the level musics, all the voices, and namely, the 3D models and their B3D forms, all the textures, pretty much everything the game uses is here in editable form now. Now you can use this to do things like take the character models and use them for bases, for things such as recolors or new characters. You can also take the stages and use them as bases for new stages if you wanted to edit it, make it bigger, or, you know, make a level that looks similar. Anyway, you've got access to the actual game files now in the same format that Sonic World uses them. And you're done. Well, that about wraps up for this video. Until next time, y'all have a good one.